Yeah, I thought it was a very well played match. I'm very proud of our team for coming out as hot as we did. We had a good game plan, and most of it was on our side. We've had a tough week in practice in the sense of like really working on our side, being smooth, really emphasizing the quality of our first touch, and I'm very glad that we were able to execute. In the second set, we were tested. That happens all the time. As teams play for half an hour or so, you start to figure each other out a little bit. So they started to get our number, but when times got a little bit tight, we stayed poised and we stayed resilient, and I'm glad that we were able to make a push at the end to close it out.
Talk about Rachel's run there in the second set, at the end of that set, to really kind of take this tied matchup and turn it into a win.
Yeah, I would say a combination of Rachel and Paige at the service line. Paige has an excellent serve, and usually you don't think of middles as having like a very impactful serve, but she does, and she plays really good defense too. So Paige was the spark plug back there, and then Rachel backed it up on the offensive side. Rachel was kind of playing a new position. She played a little bit of it at Davenport, but yeah, tonight was kind of her first start ever on the left side or the outside pin. She did great. She was hitting over people at times. She's just such an athlete. So yeah, very proud of all of us.
What does it mean to have a girl like her who, she started her career as a middle, played right last year, now she's being asked to play left, and she just does everything, just doesn't argue it, just keeps on going?
Yeah, she just is happy to be here, and that's a running joke all the time. I'm like, what position do you like to play? And she's just like, don't care, happy to be here. And it's true, and I love that about her. She's really good with just one or two simple cues, but she's the type of player that you just let go. Go be an athlete, hang it up for her, and she'll find a way to get it done. She plays with so much joy and so much freedom, and it's nice to see her get the ball a lot on the outside position and really shine with it.
You called on Maddie Torla to start tonight, first start for her at home. Lots of things can go wrong with that, but instead she finds a way to get a kill early, and it seemed like she settled in after that.
Absolutely. She has completely earned it every day in practice. She shows up every day working hard. She's a very stoic personality, so I trust her with the ball. And I don't think she's going to get flustered in too many situations. So yeah, she's a freshman, but she's not playing like it. She's hitting very efficiently. The size helps. I would love to be 6'2" as well. But she sees the court very well, and she has a lot of shots. So she didn't do too many tonight, but she does have a very nasty tip or a drop shot. But yeah, she was finding the seams really well. She puts up a good block, so I'm super proud of her for stepping up in the way that she has in such a short amount of time in a Husky uniform.
Certainly both Paige and Trisha in the middle come up with some key blocks and some moments where you needed them to tonight. How important is it for them to keep going like this?
Absolutely. For the middle position, it's called middle blocker for a reason. Blocking is kind of your primary job. And, when you start to rack up good touches, whether it's a stuff block or not, just quality touches, that kind of translates into some momentum going into your offense. So we've been working a lot in practice on dropping hands into the seams. You don't have to get super high on the block, because most people hit about 6 to 8 inches above the net or so, but we've been really working on clamping on the seam and just really dropping a hand into it. So they've been really diligent with their eye work and trusting their hand positioning and all that, getting really good tags, and then transitioning fast. And our setter, Tess, loves to set the middle, which is great. So does Maddie Kreider. But yeah, really good at finding them in transition. So I think the good tags or the good touches on the block translate into potent offense.
How nice is it to see Tess have the night she's had, given how her season's gone to this point?
Yeah, it's kind of a toss-up between Tess and Kreider, and I mean that in the best way. They support each other so well. They are excellent setters in their own right, and there's not too much of a difference when you throw them in, so that's a luxury for sure. But at the same time, both of them deserve playing time, so it's really tough on us as coaches to make sure that they're both getting looks. But both of them have handled the setter switching very professionally, and I really appreciate them kind of tag teaming that position. We wanted to go with Tess this evening because of the seniority. She's played in front of the pep band before and all that stuff. So we figured with the home opener, maybe kind of let Maddie, enjoy it a little bit, kind of get her feet under her. But we're certainly going to lean on Maddie Kreider quite a bit throughout the season. She has such a bright future, and she does such a good job with the setter position.
You worked Amara in the third set, and she ends up getting a kill. How much fun is it to see her get that opportunity and do something with it, even if it's just for a short amount of time in a match like this?
Yeah, it's important for all of our players to be involved whenever we can. Amara's going to be a big piece of her future, I'm sure, and she works really hard in practice too. She had a little bit of an injury setback early in the season, so she missed a couple of weeks, and I know she's very eager to contribute, and she's the type of person that will run through a brick wall. She's like, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. So yeah, it was Mallory's idea to get her in, and I'm glad that we were able to, and she got her first career kill, so that's exciting. And I think her mom was in the crowd too, so that's nice.
You're working Jackie into 6 rotations. How do you feel like that's starting to play out for her?
Yeah, we're getting more and more consistent with the lineup, which is nice. Jackie's a very good passer. She has naturally really good ankles, and she plays good defense as well. So it's a luxury to have a 6 rotation outside in Jackie, and I hope that she continues the momentum that she's building.
How do you take momentum from this now moving forward to tomorrow?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a monkey off our backs. You know, the 2 losses last weekend, you know, as well as we played against Ferris, it was still a loss, and the Davenport was disappointing. That's okay. But, you know, it was kind of like a relief. Like, all right, let's get this out of our system, remind ourselves that we are a very quality volleyball team, and we can go in good directions from here. So I'm very glad that we were able to, you know, escape this one with a 3-0 win and really build some positive momentum, and that should translate into some good vibes tomorrow.